I'm here to tell you today why I chose to be in a clinic and why I think it's a wonderful opportunity for all law students. Being specifically in the investor rights clinic, you get to interact with two amazing attorneys who are your supervising attorneys, have an incredible amount of practical experience in the field, and expose you to a number of different strategies that you will use in your practice, no matter whether you go into securities litigation, securities arbitration, litigation generally. I worked at an insurance firm this past summer, and my experience at the clinic helped me immensely.
A lot of what we did at the clinic, handling securities arbitration claims, interviewing clients, aggressively researching their financial instruments, and really just kind of going back for our clients and doing what we could to put them in a position of restitution and to really get what they deserve. A lot of times, especially here in South Florida, unfortunately, we do see a lot of victims of economic crimes. And a lot of these people are older, they're women, sometimes they have a language barrier. And so it's really important that we provide them a service that allows them to get back money that they have lost and that they rightfully deserve.
In the investor rights clinic specifically, you're basically given a client, and it is up to you to communicate with that client, obviously with a supervising attorney, but schedule meetings, keep in contact, make sure that you are doing everything that is required in the case. And it just gives you a really big sense of responsibility and allows you to get your hands dirty with both client interviewing, writing motions, and even doing discovery, analysis of documents that are presented both from the other side, and then also asking your client for documents. And sometimes that's more difficult than actually analyzing documents that are presented to you from the other side.
One of the most rewarding moments from my time in the clinic was one time my client said, "I'm really glad that those other law firms didn't take me and you all did, because I feel very comfortable with you all." And that really meant a lot, that this woman had been passed up by some pretty reputable attorneys in the area, and she came to us and she was more comfortable with us students and our supervising attorneys, Professor Eichhorn and Professor Verges, and that she was so comfortable with us to help her get back in a position so that she could make her rent, and she could keep her health care, and she could keep her car, and she could keep her insurance. And so for her to have that trust in us just really shows the strength and the reputation of the Investor Rights Clinic.
The importance of being in a clinic is essential and is seen through your involvement in the clinic and the work that you have to do. For example, being in the Investor Rights Clinic, each team generally each semester has to write a statement of claim or write some sort of motions that are involved in your case. And your writing skills develop immensely without you even noticing that your legal writing is improving to an extent that you are ready to be a practicing attorney and you are ready to write actual motions and submit them to courts or arbitration panels or whatever it may be. I would say the most difficult thing about being in the Investor Rights Clinic is not necessarily dealing with clients, although sometimes it is dealing with clients to gauge exactly what they are looking for, what their full story was. However, you get to interact with opposing counsel, and sometimes that interaction is not necessarily the most pleasant interaction. However, it is beneficial to run into those kind of things prior to even graduating law school and going into your own practice. Therefore, I would encourage anyone who is interested in the Investor Rights Clinic to apply, and you will get to work with two amazing attorneys that you will learn a lot from.